Hello and welcome back, and in this video we're going to be including our biometric authentication inside our login page. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go back to login page, and first thing we're going to do in our view did appear, we are simply going to first check the biometric, if the biometric capability is selected by user or not. So if user has opt in for biometric authentication or not. And before we do that, actually we need to make sure if we have the transitional screen, which we don't have yet. So let's go ahead and put that transitional screen in place, where we're going to show that dialog, or we're going to present that that message that, hey, enable touch ID because it's not enabled, and you can log in with a little bit more ease. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to actually hit Command Shift L, and I'm going to look for a view controller. I'm going to drop a view controller here, and this view controller is going to have excuse me, so it's gonna segue from this one, from the login screen. So you simply gonna select that yellow circle on login view controller, control drag and drop, and gonna click show, and here we're gonna name this one show biometric. Okay, and the page is going to be very simple. So first of all, it's going to have a UI view, so we can have our gradient view, and it's going to be covering the entire screen. So let's make sure we do that. Give it a bit of a different color so we can see where the view is beginning and ending. For top, we're gonna update that to make sure that it's actually 0 point from super view. Sorry, for the bottom, and let's do the same thing for top. There we go. Okay, so then we can actually give it a class, our gradient view, and gonna give the top color to be this one, and the bottom color to be this one, I guess. Okay, so I think we should be set. Now let's open our object library and drop a button, and this button, you can just place it right here. It's gonna be our skip button, so we're simply gonna say skip here, change its font and everything, and text color to be white. Right, so our users can skip if they don't want to enable, and we're gonna bind that. Okay, awesome. Next, we're gonna drop a couple of labels. So label, I guess, somewhere around here, and we are simply gonna say, for this one, I'm gonna copy paste, safeguard your journal, and your color is going to be white, and custom, have an next. There we go. let's constrain this on 35, and then center horizontally in container. Cool. Next we need another label, and this one is going to be 10 from top, 30 and 30 from left and right, and this label is going to be multi-line. And what's gonna read is going to be this. Okay. Let's make it center aligned. Okay. With that, let's drag and drop our image view. So object library one more time, image view, and this image view is going to be 20 points from top, and gonna give it hit width and height about 150, and let's make it center in the container. There we go. For this example, choose Touch ID. Okay. All right. Now the only thing that we are left with is a button. And this button is going to be 30 point from left and right, and height is going to be 50 points. And it is going to have custom font first of all. White color. Medium metallic. And the background color is going to be custom dropper, this color right here. There we go. You know, call this enable. Okay. Everything is constrained, looking good. Okay, so our view is actually ready. What we're going to do is okay, so for this one we are simply for this video I just want to show and hide that those buttons, and then in the next video we can actually enable the functionality for that other view controller. Okay, so we are simply going to say first of all we're going to check if biometric is enabled. So if user has chosen biometric option already, and we're going to get it from user defaults, value var key constants dot biometric enabled. Okay, so if this is available as bool. Okay, so if biometric enabled is not equal to nil and biometric enabled is equal to true, that means user has selected that, and touch ID, or we haven't actually created a initializer for our struct, so we can say biometric auth is equal to biometric auth. So, and if biometric auth dot can evaluate policy. If it can do all these three things, then we're gonna say touch ID. Oh, that buttons reference. Okay. Keep forgetting that we have added a new button, so we need to add an outlet for that. So we guar UI button. So let's go ahead and connect that button. So go ahead and go up, select biometric button, connect it to this guy, and there we go. So that outlet is ready, and you're gonna go back, and here we're gonna say biometric button dot is hidden is equal to false, else biometric enable dot is hidden, sorry, biometric button dot is hidden is equal to true. Okay. Now we also want to find out our biometric type. So we're going to say switch biometric type. So if it's Face ID, you're going to say biometric button dot set image literal to be Face ID. Otherwise, if the type is there, that means the other type is always going to be the touch ID. So we're simply going to say biometric button for default case. Biometric button dot set image is dot normal. There we go. Okay. So this will set basically what kind of biometric there is. Okay. So now let's go ahead and run this. And initially, this particular piece of code should run, and because our user we had not created that screen, user has not opted in for any kind of biometric authentication, so we shouldn't see any of the button here. So as you can see, there is no button here. Next thing what we need to do is basically when user logs in, we need to navigate user to that screen first. That's called permission priming, where we're gonna ask them that, hey, can we access this information on your behalf so we can actually make login easier for you. And once user actually says or gives their thumbs up, that's when we actually show or we enable the biometric authentication and let user log in using the click of the button and authenticate their identity using Touch ID or Face ID. Okay, so in the next video we are going to be finishing off that screen, the permission priming screen, so we can actually register this biometric enabled or not into our user defaults. And then after registering that, next time when user shows up, and if they have agreed to use their biometric information, we're going to show that button and let them log in using that button. Okay, so I'll see you guys in the next video, and we're going to work on just that.